Hi, everybody. Today we are going to be working on a strategy for writing that you have been introduced to before. The strategy is Radd, and we are going to review the strategy, read a portion of the text, and then try to answer a question using this method. Now, just to remind you, R stands for restate the question, A is answer the question, D is provide details from the text to support your answer. And there's a second D also. You need to provide two details to prove your answers. Do remember that anytime you add a detail or a quote from the text, you need to actually explain why you included that information. Why does that detail actually prove your answer? All right. I'm just going to look at the question first, because whenever you have this sort of situation where you have a passage and you need to read and answer a question, if you read the questions first, it'll help your brain think about what the question answer could be as you're reading. So let's just check this out. Okay. All right. What is one character trait you infer that Autumn has? Explain your answer using evidence from the text. Okay. So here is my textual evidence. I'm going to turn myself off of the screen right now, and I'm going to read out loud. While I'm reading, I've got to think about how I'm going to answer that question. So I'm going to read with the lens of thinking about what kind of person is Autumn? What kind of character traits can I understand based on what the author is telling me here about her personality? All right. Autumn. It's all a matter of the decisions you make today and every day. Your behavior reflects not only on yourself but also on your parents, your family, and your school. Here at Opportunity, we pride ourselves on shaping the doctors, lawyers, and politicians of tomorrow. And it's the choices you make now that will determine your future. You have to ask yourself how you can become the best you can be. Ask yourself what your school Ask yourself not what your school can do for you, but what you can do for you. Trenton holds the microphone loosely while she scans the crowd, as if memorizing every single face. So many students come and go, leaving nothing but the faintest impression. Names scratched into desks and graffitied into bathroom stalls. Yet she knows us all. All our hopes, all our heartbreaks, all our sleepless nights. Her eyes linger on me, and my neck burns. I reach for the chair to my right, but it remains as it was when the assembly started, empty. To my left, Sylve groans. After all these years, you'd think she'd come up with something more original. Don't you want to be the best you can be? The words came out harsher than I intend. She grumbles. In truth, Sylve will have plenty of colleges to choose from. She's a shoo-in for all of her dream schools. And I should be happy for her. I am happy for her. But for me, college is the only way out of this misery. And Dad sure as hell isn't going to pay my ride. Not to study dance. Look what happened to your mother, he'd say, as if I haven't counted the days, hours, minutes since Mom's accident. Dance took everything from her. No daughter of mine is going into that business. Not if I can stop it. So he tries to stop me every day. And with Mom gone, there's no one to stop him. Not from drinking, not from hitting me. There's no one to keep our family from falling apart. I grip my crumpled coffee cup, grab the threadbare denim messenger bag from under my seat, and block out Ty's voice in the back of my mind. My brother would tell me that Principal Trenton's words are truer than I think. that the world is at my fingertips and it's up to me to make my future the best it can be. I tried that and I lost. Now I'd rather escape. Okay, wow. Especially the second half is sort of intense. Um, I'm thinking about her and I'm trying to think of some of the important things that she says. So let me just, all right, hold on. I'm gonna get a highlighter. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I had a highlight at the bottom that I've gotten rid of. It was highlighting things that I thought were kind of weird that I wanted to go back to, and I'm not ready to do that yet. So I feel like she seems sort of really pessimistic, really sort of like she has no hope at all in her life, which is really sad. First thing that made me think that, I guess, is right here. Right here. But for me, college is the only way out of this misery, and Dad sure as hell isn't going to pay my ride. So it looks like she really needs to get into a college. She wants to go, but she's not, feels like she's not even going to be able to because her dad won't pay for it. Um, let's see. Looks like she says, as if I haven't counted the days, hours, minutes since Mom's accident. That gives me a feeling of hopelessness also. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Mom died in her accident. And she seems pretty upset about that. I don't know how long it's been, but it seems to be eating at her, which is also kind of giving me that feeling that she's like really struggling for hope. She's feeling sort of defeated here. Let's see. There's no one, there's no one to keep our family from falling apart, and there's no one to stop him. Not from drinking, not this whole thing right here, this entire section. There's no one to stop him, not from drinking, not from hitting me. There's no one to keep our family from falling apart. There's a lot here. Let's see, my brother. Oh, all right. I'd rather escape. All right, my brother would tell me that this is a little bit like this doesn't really give me a direct evidence to how she's thinking, but her brother tells her, her brother would tell her also that Trenton's words are true, that she can make the future the best that it can be. Like he would give her some support and make her feel better about things. But she says, I tried that and lost. Now I'd rather escape. All right. So I'm going to need a couple of these details to help me answer the question. Let's go back. All right. What is one character trait you infer that Autumn has? Remember, we're working on Radd, and the R stands for restate the question. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take part of this question stem here, one character, I'm going to take this section of it, and I'm going to make it the beginning of my answer. I'm going to hit tab so that I can start a new paragraph with an indentation. Let's see, one trait that Autumn has is that she is pessimistic or defeated. All right. I think I've actually done two parts in one, haven't I? Notice this is one sentence, and I have done the question stem right here. And this part over here is my answer. A, answer the question. These are both in the same sentence. I see a lot of kids doing the strange thing where they want to restate the question and not have the answer in it at all. And it comes off very awkward. Like kids might say, there is a character trait that Autumn has, period. Well, that's strange. That's not how we explain ourselves. That's not how we would talk if we were telling the teacher an answer, for example. And when you're writing, you want it to be the very best version of your thoughts and your speaking that it can be. It shouldn't be awkward and forced. So one trait that Autumn has is that she is pessimistic or defeated by life. That is my R and that is my A. All right, now which detail to use? Let's see. Okay. I've got plenty of evidence here to help me, but I think I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm definitely going to choose this first one, but for me, college is the only way. I'm going to choose this because I feel like it is very defeatist. I think it's one of my better choices. Let's see. And all right. In the text, Autumn thinks to herself, all right, so I just copied it. I'm going to put quotation marks around it. Notice that I introduced the quote. You can't just put a quote here without saying anything. So I've got this transition statement in the text. And Autumn thinks to herself this. This thought shows how, let's see, it shows how Autumn feels as though she has no escape from her life without leaving altogether. Okay. So I gave my detail, and here is my explain. Remember, you've got to explain every detail you put in. So this is why I'm thinking that that detail helps me answer the question, how does it show that she is pessimistic or defeated by life? Okay. Later in the text, because I'm about to give another detail, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my transition in here now. Later in the text, and what am I going to say? Oh, okay. I think I'm going to use this. I think that it's more than one sentence, obviously, but it is powerful and super depressing, which it shows why someone would not be able to escape. Like they would feel like they're defeated by life. Later in the text, she continues. Later in the text, she continues, and I'll just stop there. All right, so when I paste from Kindle, it does this citation for me, which is not something you have to worry about. All right, so this problem that she's having, these problems that so I did my detail, my second detail, now I'm doing my second explanation. These problems that she experiences, that she is dealing with, how about she has to deal with, are serious, dangerous, and could absolutely make someone feel hopeless. No, not hopeful. That's not what I meant. Hopeless. Okay, so now this is just a draft, which is all I'm really expecting you to do. But this is what you do. Remember, restate, answer, 2 details with explanations. And it helps to read the question first. So when you start reading your text, make sure you check out that question so you have that lens to think about while you're reading. All right, that's it, guys. Have a good day and good luck.